He's here to kick ass and take names and never run out of ammunition. That's right, I'm talking about Bounty Hunter, everybody's favorite boss-killing range class. Let's talk about him. His passive ability, Blessed Shots, guaranteed ranged critical hit every 10 seconds. So this is a really good passive ability for Bounty Hunter because it allows him to do pretty good DPS through the air, which he needs to do because his melee game is kind of not super strong. Then he's got his career skill, Locked and Loaded. Victor fires a powerful shot that pierces enemies. This is his boss killer basically, his Chaos Warrior Annihilator, his teammate Murderer. This is the ability where you push F and instantly murder whatever you want. He's also got ammo pouches, increases ammo capacity by 50%, and quick release, increases reload speed by 15%. So as you probably inferred from the title of this video, we are going to be building around the Griffon foot pistols because they are extremely powerful. They're great horde clearers and pretty decent against specials and berserkers. However, they're not so great against armor, so our melee weapon is going to focus on that. Currently equipped, I have the Falchion, and for that we're going to want Tithe Taker. Melee killing blows restores temporary health based on the health of the enemy slain. So for that brief period of time where you need to kill an elite or some kind of armored enemy, you can pull out your melee weapon like the Falchion, like the one-handed axe, like the billhook, for example, and just make some quick temp health that way. On his level 10 line, we're going with Weight of Fire. Ranged weapon magazine size increases ranged power level by 1% for each available ammunition. The Griffon foots hold 8 ammunition to equip, which means you're going to be getting 8% extra ranged power. This is essentially a little bit more than an enhanced power buff, which is going to help us out a little bit with our ranged DPS. Now, since we have Weight of Fire, breakpoints aren't really going to be an issue, so you could definitely take Assassin for that melee damage. However, the reason I'm straying away from it and going for enhanced power is because this build is meant to be very heavily ranged focused, where you come out in melee only when you really need to, which is why I'm going for enhanced power because it's going to benefit us much more. Assassin's still a great talent and fantastic if you're going to do a whole lot of meleeing, but if you're planning on doing at least 70% of your damage through range, I would go enhanced power. On the level 20 line, Blessed Combat. Melee strikes make up to the next 6 ranged shots deal 15% more damage. Ranged hits makes up to the next 6 melee strikes deal 15% more damage. Melee kills reset the cooldown for Blessed Shots. So this talent is really good because it strikes a nice balance between melee and ranged damage. Doing one buffs the other, so you can kind of keep switching between and doing extra damage. However, what I really like about this talent here is that the melee kills reset the cooldown for Blessed Shots. By that means that you only have to kill one enemy with a melee and you get your Blessed Shots back. So screw waiting 10 seconds, you can get this back pretty much immediately. You just gotta kill something. That alone makes this talent incredibly strong, plus you get some range damage and melee damage. On top of it all, that's pretty good. On the level 25 line, Salvaged Ammunition. Killing an elite while out of ammunition restores 20% of max ammo. Melee kills reload Victor's ranged weapon. So this talent is kind of why I'm saying, hey, let's go for a melee weapon that can deal with armor. Because if you happen to run out of ammunition, bang bang boom, kill one elite, you've got 20% ammo back. Also, the nice thing about this is you can shoot your gun, switch over to melee, get a couple kills, and guess what? You don't have to reload, as your kills will feed ammo from your reserve into your clip by the time you pull it back. It's really handy. So not only will melee kills reset your Blessed Shots cooldown, they will reload your weapon for you. On his level 30 line, Double Shotted is pretty much the only choice here. Modifies Victor's sidearm to fire 2 powerful bullets in a straight line. Scoring a headshot with this attack reduces the cooldown of Locked and Loaded by 40%. So this is what you see people running when they chain those headshots on monsters and kill a Minotaur in like 2 seconds or a Storm Fiend in like 3 seconds. There's 2 bullets. Each one of those will reduce your cooldown by 40%. So if you hit both of them, that's an 80% cooldown refund of your ult, and it'll bring it back to like a 14-second cooldown. It's a very powerful ult. It can stagger a monster on top of doing lots of damage to it, and it refunds your ult by quite a bit. Great for monsters, one-shots, Chaos Warriors, really any kind of elite. For the equipment I mentioned, I'm running the Falchion. I've got attack speed, block cost reduction, and Swift Sling on it. The Falchion's really good. It does nice headshot damage. It's quick. It's good for armor, as well as being good for infantry. So if I need that, I have it at my disposal. Other weapons you could use include the one-handed axe, if you're just going to focus on elite killing, the billhook, even the axe and Falchion are all pretty good. You could take a rapier with parry if you're worried about survivability, but you're going to have a harder time killing elites with that. For the ranged weapon, of course, we're going with the Griffon foot pistols. I've got Power vs. Infantry, Power vs. Skaven, and Scrounger on it. Scrounger is going to help us out tremendously with our ammo sustain, as critical hits restore 5% of maximum ammunition, can trigger once per attack. And when you can reset blessed shots and pretty much get your ranged crits back whenever you want, it's going to be really, really hard for you to run out of ammo. On the charm, I'm also running Power vs. Chaos, Power vs. Armored, and Concoction. Running this setup will allow you to one-shot pretty much all enemies, crit or not, when you are close to them, with the exception of like Chaos Warriors and I think Standard Bearers. For the necklace, I'm going with 20% extra health, 30% block cost reduction, and Bark Skin for a little bit of tankiness. So in total, I have 60% block cost reduction in the event that I do need to block, and if I take a couple hits, Bark Skin is there to reduce it for me. And then on the trinket, this is actually a pretty important part of this build. You want to run an extra 10% cooldown reduction on Bounty Hunter. This way, if you hit both your pellets for double shot, it'll bring it from a 14-second cooldown down to a 7-second cooldown. So you have to wait pretty much no time to be able to ult again. And then I've just got a little bit of stamina recovery on there for some survivability. You definitely don't need crit chance, as you get free crits whenever you want. And then I've also got shrapnel. If I want to chuck a grenade at a monster before I ult it, I'll be doing 20% more damage for 10 seconds, which can be kind of nice. So that's the build, guys. I believe this is the best way to utilize the Griffon foot pistols on Bounty Hunter. You're doing a lot of extra range damage. You're making convenient use out of melee attacks to both get your crits back and reload your weapon, and you still have your monster killing ults. The only thing this build really lacks is some long range sniping capability, but you have your ult for that in emergency situations, and I think it's a strong enough build in all the other areas that it kind of makes up for it. So let me know what you guys think about this build. If you've run this before, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about your experience with it. You can also leave a like and feel free to subscribe to this channel. I even have a Twitch and a Discord. Links to those will be in the description down below. Consider following and joining. I stream every Sunday at 12 p.m. Take care, guys.